Hey, what's up, everyone? Before I get started today, I'm just going to quickly show you these two revolvers that I'll be kind of sort of talking about are both unloaded, cylinders open. For those of you who kind of worry about that sort of stuff, they're good to go. Anyway, as you might tell from the title, don't buy a 38 special revolver. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm talking about or what the heck I'm going to talk about. And that's basically not to buy a 38 special revolver. I started thinking about this, but it might not be for the reasons you think. And I started thinking about this recently because I watched another YouTube channel, and they were talking about how certain calibers are coming back, such as 9mm and 223, 5.56. Maybe not as cheap as we like, but they're there. But that there are some other calibers that are popular calibers, but they're not coming back in the numbers that you would expect, such as 357, 38 special, and a few other ones. The two that I really focused in on were the 38 special and the 357 Magnum because they're two calibers I like. In particular, the 38 special. Now, you probably don't think that makes sense because I'm saying you shouldn't buy a 38 special revolver, but I'm sitting here telling you I like 38 special. Exactly. Now, here's my rationale. This revolver right here, it's the Taurus. I want to say it's the 805. I might be a little off on that. It's the poly. So this has the polymer frame. Well, not all the frame. A lot of it's steel, obviously. But this particular revolver is actually a 357 Magnum. Okay, so it's the protector poly. Actually, it says right there. This is a 357 Magnum revolver, and as being a 357 Magnum, you can shoot 38 special in it. Now, I fired 357 in different handguns, and I'm fine with 357 Magnum. I'm not real fine with it in this one though. This one, I prefer 38 special. 38 special is pretty comfortable. 357 feels like someone's smacking your hand with a hammer, which is okay for a little while, but after a while it gets a little tiring. So, 357 Magnum, but I can shoot 38 on it, which I usually do, or 357. This one right here, this one is a little bit of a different case right here. This is actually usually chambered in 357 Magnum, and it as a 357, you can shoot 38 special in it. But this one's a little different because it's actually a convertible revolver. And if you look at this cylinder right here, you'll see that it says 9mm. So I don't want to show it right now, but you can use your imagination. And this cylinder swings right out, and you can pop in the 357 cylinder, and you can shoot three different types of ammunition: 357, 38 special, and 9mm. I wish, to be honest with you, all revolvers had something like this. I would love it if this one actually had that feature. That would be awesome. So, as you might kind of get from where I'm going with this, I don't have a problem with 38 special as a caliber, but I do have a problem with 38 special handguns because the way the ammunition market is right now, if you buy a 38 special handgun, you can only shoot 38 special in it. If you get a 357 handgun, then you can shoot 357 and 38 special. And if you buy one of the models like this Taurus here, or even I know Ruger Blackhawks have some convertible models where they come with the extra cylinders, so you can shoot 357, 38 in one, and then 9mm in the other. You can actually shoot three calibers out of it, and I think that's especially important now because, crazy ammo prices aside, some of the stuff's still kind of tough to get hold of. My local gun shop, the last couple of times I've called for 38 special, it's pretty expensive. Now, if I really, or they don't have it, I should say. Online, it's been expensive, and in person, I really haven't been seeing it much. Whereas I have been seeing 9mm coming down. I actually received an email from a local shop that had 50 round boxes of 9mm for $16.79 a box. Now, compared to 5 years ago, that's nothing special. But compared to the last year or two, I mean, it's 33 cents a round. That's not bad compared to some of the prices we've been seeing. So if I were to get that box of ammunition for a reasonable price, I can shoot this. If they happen to have 357 Magnum, I can shoot this and I can shoot this. But if I had a 38 special, I'm out of luck. Something to think about when you're buying certain handguns, to try and get certain things that are multi-caliber. Over the weekend, I went to another local gun shop, and they were selling a used. Get the laughter out of the way now, because I know some people just think they're ridiculous. But a used stainless steel Taurus Judge. I don't know why I like the Taurus Judge. I don't know if my mom dropped me on my head when I was a kid or what, but I don't know. I just like the Taurus Judge. And I made an offer on it. I thought the price was a bit too high, and they didn't accept the offer on it. So I didn't get it. But I really like the idea of the fact that it could shoot 410s. It could shoot 45 Colt. You know what? I might even be able to shoot 45 Schofield, although I don't think you'd be finding that around anywhere. And like a gun like the Smith & Wesson Governor, you're shooting 45 ACP, 45 Colt, and you're shooting 410. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's one of the reasons why when I hear people say they want a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, I really don't, because with the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, you can shoot a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. With the 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum, you can shoot a 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum, shoot a 45 Colt, a 454 Casull, and a 45 Schofield out of that one gun. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. And then if you have a gun like the Judge or the Governor, there are some companies that sell chamber adapters, so that if you wanted some cheap practice, you can, put 9mm in, or you could put 22s in. Now, you're not going to set the world on fire with your accuracy, but if you just want to go out, have some fun, and you have those chamber adapters, you can shoot some 22s. Like I said, it's another expense and all. But now I'm getting a little off here. But with the 38 special though, and the 357, I really do like 38 special. I mean, I know some people feel it's an underpowered round, but I kind of like the fact that it has underpowered rounds, and then has the kind of regular run-of-the-mill 38s, and then sometimes you have the plus Ps, and the plus Ps really aren't bad at all. I actually think they're more effective than a lot of 9mm rounds, especially if you look at the ones that are Buffalo Bore. I know makes a couple interesting rounds, and I'm sure Underwood also does. I mean, they make some really interesting loadings for certain handguns. So in that case, if you wanted 357, I mean, not to say that 38 plus P is going to reach a typical 357, but it can be kind of stout depending on what type of loading you get. So, but I mean, again, with some of the 38 specials, maybe you can't even use plus P. You get a 357, you don't have to worry. You're going to be able to use plus P. I mean, I don't see a 357 Magnum not handling plus P 38 special. Like, there could be one out there, but I'd be really surprised by that. So, just something to think about, where you try to look for the multi-caliber solutions. I know that 357s typically cost a little bit more than 38s, but I do think it's worth it. Now, with this particular handgun, I bought this. Actually, my wife got it for a Christmas gift for me. And I think it was about $280 brand new at the time. And I think the 38 special version was like $255 or $260. So it was more money, but not much. It was maybe 9 or 10% more. It was pretty negligible. Now, as the prices have been rising for everything, that difference that you're going to see between a 357 model of a particular revolver and then the 38 special is probably increased more. But I got to tell you, I would much rather spend that extra money and know that down the line, not only can I shoot two calibers in it, but I can shoot a pretty wide range. I mean, if you think of, how weak the weakest 38 specials are, and then how powerful some of the, like, the Buffalo Bore and Underwood loadings are for 357. I mean, you can shoot like a massive range of ammunition from something. I mean, let's say you wanted to take someone who's either a new shooter, or maybe there's somebody who's younger who would like to learn to shoot a handgun. How awesome is it? You let them shoot with just some wad cutters. You put them in there, just get them used to, how the revolver works and the pointing and handling the gun and everything. And then when they start to get that down, next time maybe you use like a slightly warmer loading, maybe still a little underpowered, but slightly warmer. And then you build up, and then then you get them started to 357. Because I mean, I'm sure that the jump really isn't that big from like a less potent 357, let's say, to a more potent 38 special. So I mean, between the ammo selection, the range of power that you can go from so low to so high with one handgun, I do think it's really a no-brainer to get the 357 over the 38 special whenever possible. I mean, the only time I can kind of see not doing it is if maybe you're getting it used and you got a great deal there. But I mean, otherwise, I got to tell you, I don't see a situation where I would buy a 38 special rather than a 357. I've seen some great prices on Smith and Wesson J frames. I can't bring myself to purchase one because it just, it's like, to me, it's like buying a new car that's limited to going 50 miles an hour. Just doesn't make sense. Just the 357 is just so much better. Now some people might say, well, shooting 38 and a 38 special, is different because it's actually a 38 special. I have heard that. I have heard that there are slight performance differences between shooting them in a 357. Again, I've heard that. I can't say for certain, but I think those differences probably be negligible. And I think for most people, way better off the 357. So, just my 2 cents. If you're looking for a revolver and looking to go shopping, certainly nothing wrong with the 38 special, but you have so many more options just by spending a few bucks more and getting the 357. And you know what? Options are always good, but especially when ammo supply isn't that great, ammo prices are rising. And just like, again, as a training aid, I think it's so much better to have maybe be able to train with the same pistol and then kind of just bring up the power factor. So that's enough for me today. If you are not subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you like this video, I would definitely appreciate a thumbs up. I will talk to you later.